just because.
Agree.
All right. I'd like to call the order of the regular meeting of the Town of Culpeper Planning Commission. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Serio?
Here.
Mr. Clement?
Here.
Mr. Fitzsimmons?
Here.
Ms. Schmidt?
Here.
Mr. Flanagan?
Here. Is there a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Comments and correspondence
No.
from citizens,
Hey, wait.
visitors?
You're on the
What about the
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah, he's skipped approval of the agenda.
No, we
We
approved
approved the agenda.
Oh,
Okay.
right, approval of the minutes. Thank you.
But we approved the minutes as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second.
Second?
All in favor. Okay, aye.
Aye.
You've done that too long.
Yeah, I know.
Parliamentarian.
I like it.
There's no, yeah, it's not a race.
Okay. Comments and correspondence from citizens, visitors, and delegations in the audience. This is an opportunity for citizens to comment on any matter not scheduled for a public hearing. Very good. Moving on. Unfinished business. New business. Public notification representative designation.
Yes, so staff is asking for the commission to formally designate town planning staff as the commission's representative for the purposes of sending notice to property owners when we have public hearings. Notice is required to be sent per Virginia Code Section 15.22204. So essentially this would just allow us to be able to send those letters on your behalf, and part of what we have to do is sign an affidavit that says they get sent, and again, that would authorize us to sign that affidavit.
Aren't you already authorized? You do it now.
That is how we operate, but again, this is just to make it more formal that we
Okay.
have that
Gotcha.
designation.
You sign an affidavit or a power of attorney?
An affidavit.
Mr. Chairman? I move that to designate town planning staff as the commission's representative and agent for purposes of notice to affect property owners under Virginia Code Section 15.2-2204 for all future legal notices under that code section until further action by the commission.
Second. Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Other business.
I don't have any.
Got to have something.
You mean I spent gas for this?
Very good.
You don't have the upcoming projects chart to look at?
We plan on doing that at the work session.
Rational, logical. Yeah.
Okay, follow-up items. Planning director updates.
I don't have anything. Again, at the work session next week, we plan on having an updated list of our ongoing projects that we can go through at your pleasure.
Commission member discussion. Mr. Serio.
Yeah, I want to ask or pose something. I don't know where it should go, whether it's in the new documents that we were looking at or not. But could we put something in our requirements that all new power lines, all existing or replacement power lines or upgraded power lines need to be underground? You don't think so? Right. By the way, just to let you know, in Culpeper, because of our predecessors, 65% of our power lines are underground.
You're talking about the distribution lines and service drops,
Power
not
lines.
transmission lines.
Town doesn't have purview on transmission.
Yeah.
And is that's certainly something we can take a look at.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to get agreement from everybody here, but I think it's something to look at. And I think we probably have a lot less problems, at least some of the people I talked to about the data centers, if all the power lines coming in for the data centers were underground.
Mhm. And I think that's also something we want to reach out to our light and power department and see
Yeah.
if there's support
That-
there as well.
That's transmission.
The town doesn't have purview on transmission. We just happen to know that.
Okay, explain to me what transmission is again.
We have a 69 kV.
So the higher, the less probability. Wow. Why don't we have any say on that?
Public necessity.
You know, we can make rules in the town that are more stringent than the state rules.
You don't want to do that.
Why?
You never want to be more stringent than
We are in a lot of things.
in my real world. We don't ever want to be more stringent.
How come?
Enforcement,
Oh, okay.
and our customers would ask, or our people who are coming to us would say, well, why are you more stringent?
Again, it's not just the power lines that I'm talking about. You don't want to be more stringent in anything?
But you could certainly look into the future and be more stringent, but I don't think it's a sound practice, but that's based on my experience in a public service utility, not as a representative of the town.
Okay.
Under Dillon rural regime, is it really possible for a locality to be more stringent than the state? I mean, the state
What else
delegates
would you say?
The state delegates authority, so if
Don't we have rules in the town right now that are more stringent than what the state requirements are?
they're maybe more specific to decentralized circumstances.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
more stringent. I mean,
Well,
we
maybe
can't
I'm
go.
using-
We can't go beyond what the only authority that we have is what's delegated to us by the state. It's like the opposite of unenumerated rights in the Constitution. Anyway, so maybe we're doing semantics. The difference between stringent and decentralized or specific to local circumstances.
Okay, let me give you an example. Right now, you go down Main Street or, David Street, probably, and all the power lines are underground right now. It's not a requirement of the state to put those power lines underground. But our predecessors thought it was necessary.
Is that true?
I believe those are town facilities.
Is that a town decision governing its own behavior, or are we requiring, is that a
More
ordinance that?
More than likely, council said this would be good if it was done
Not
this
only
way.
that, our predecessors also made it a 4-lane road going down Main Street through the center of town. It wasn't, it was a 2-lane road. They made it 4-lane. But that's more of a restriction than what the state puts on us or the county puts on us. You don't have to have a 4-lane road going down the middle of Main Street in town.
You may be right about a lot of things, but I just happen to know that the particular requirement of burying existing overhead power lines or transmission lines is usually cost prohibitive.
Right. And I'll tell you what, you go down to Los Angeles and some of those cost prohibitive things that started the fire were power lines coming down. And I bet you the people there wouldn't think it was cost prohibitive if they'd done that 10 years ago.
It's never cost prohibitive with somebody else's money.
Of course. And that's what we're talking about. It's somebody else's money.
It's going to be taxpayers' money if you.
Of course. Of course. And by the way,
They can stay
once you put it
over here as far
underground,
as
your
I'm
maintenance is
concerned.
cheaper, isn't it?
No.
You don't have any maintenance on them.
Yes, you
What,
do.
Yes, you
what,
do.
what do you have?
When somebody doesn't call me utility and digs up a high voltage power line in their front yard planting a tree, or I have an 80-year-old power line running through farmland that has the pole still has a stamp on it from 1954, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Let me tell you something. I take a look at the power coming into my house, and they're about 4 feet down. The power lines are 4 feet down. Who the hell's going to dig 4 feet for a tree? Or dig in their yard 4 feet? You don't do that.
When they're repairing their sewer line, they are.
Well, yeah, you probably, okay. Okay, gotcha. I understand.
I mean, it certainly is worth investigating. I don't think it's all bad. I just think that you'll have a lot of people standing at the podium saying that this is, why do we need to do this? You want
Again,
you
I'm
want the
talking about,
rooftops and you want the data centers, but you put all these restrictions on us.
all I'm talking about is new or rebuilt power lines. Don't go in and tear out something that's already there or bury something that's already there. If it's there, it stays.
I have a question. on this, how many outages? So a day like, all right, day like Sunday, really windy, regionally power outages everywhere. How many power outages in the town of Culpeper this Sunday?
Not sure, they don't have a webpage that tracks it.
Right. But if the answer is 0, then this is a solution in search of a problem.
And the new subdivisions are underground power lines.
Oh, yeah, all the new
you're talking about the
subdivision,
old.
yeah, all the new stuff is.
So you
Most
wanna
of the new
bury
stuff.
all the-
What I'm concerned with is a lot of the people who objected to the data center objected to the power lines coming in above ground by the railroad tracks. Okay, if they were underground, I don't think you'd get the same objections.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you think you would? Well, probably right there, but but we could put some
You can
restrictions
stir
on
the
it.
pot for anything.
Hmm?
You can stir the pot for anything.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right.
There are also legitimate concerns, but I would say they were spread out over power lines, but also the appearance of just the appearance of the building
Yeah, but that's going away.
and the noise.
The noise,
Well-
and I suggested something, put monitors on on each building and out by the end of their property. So now you can compare, is that street noise, is that noise from the building?
Thank you very much, Mr. Serio. Mr. Fitzsimmons?
I guess you don't want to talk anymore. That's fine.
I have nothing, no burning issues. Thank you very much.
Mr. Clements?
No, thanks.
Ms. Schmidt?
Not really for this meeting. We had talked about doing some site visits at the 2 new subdivisions, Jameson Crossing and Summer Station, by 2s sometime.
I don't know if they're breaking ground yet.
Still, I'd just like to see the
Oh, okay.
terrain.
I can see what I can set up.
Okay.
All right, well, I have nothing to add. Mr. Serio? The word?
Oh, you want to talk more about what motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay, it was almost the quickest meeting